Radiant Black, issue number 5. This is from Image Comics. So what can I say about this issue? Finally, things are happening. We're going somewhere. Things are picking up. I complained about the first 3 issues, saying that they were slow as heck and nothing was happening and it was too much filler. And I still stand by that assessment. Heck, even half of issue 4 was just slow and boring and nothing really happening. The series was not living up to its premise, like what I felt like it could have. But now it is. Now it's actually picking up and things are actually moving fast. And we're actually getting an awesome, cool story with interesting twists and things like that. So finally, like I can fully enjoy this series. So the big spoiler from the last issue that I did not reveal, because I don't like revealing spoilers for any of the issues that I review, was that Nathan, our main character, basically got killed and his powers transferred to Marshall. So Marshall is now the new Radiant Black. And I said, like, I hope now that we have a new lead, even though it was with a character that I didn't care for, now that we have a new lead, hopefully things will actually change. And because of that twist, I mean, you killed off your main character and introduced a new one. Things have got to change, right? Yeah, for the most part. I guess they did an ass pull where Nathan is not dead, even though he was dead in the last issue. And even the creatures, the aliens that give people their radiant powers, said, yeah, he's dead. They instead said, oh, well, actually, he has a faint pulse. He's still alive. He's just in a coma. So I was like, all right. I mean, it would have been better if you just killed him off. But at least you're not like, oh, he was dead, but, oh, he's alive now, and he's back, and he's okay, and he's going to get his powers back. No. So, yeah, we start off with Nathan basically dying, and the medics are able to get his heart going. So he has a faint pulse. But he was technically dead for like 8 minutes or whatever, and his brain activity is still like not there. Like there's no brain activity really, so they don't even know if like he's not in the clear. He could still die. He could be a vegetable. We have no idea. For now, he's just in a coma. So we have Marshall basically just being really upset and kind of like having like a mental break because his best friend is dying, possibly going to die in a coma. Who knows how long he'll be in that coma, if he'll ever recover. So Marshall uses his powers to basically transport somewhere else where he can just like scream and let all of that pain out. And then we cut to the hospital where Marshall is watching a podcast of guys called Circle Guide News, where I guess they're self-appointed Radiant Black experts. And they're just discussing Radiant Black. And 2 of them were saying how Radiant Black is a hero trying to help people. And then one of them is basically saying, like, if he wants to help people, then why didn't he carry Nathan to the hospital? Why did he just disappear? So, yeah, I guess whatever. I don't care about that. So then, of course, the parents show up and they're all upset. And the godmother shows up. And Marshall just kind of watching this family break down as his best buddy is in a coma. And that's when he communicates with the aliens. So these aliens who give the radiant powers, they're basically talking to Marshall and kind of tell him, like, war's coming. There's this guy, this thing who's trying to kill you. You got to prepare yourself. Our connection between the 2 of us is a lot better, and it's syncing a lot faster than the connection between us and Nathan. I was like, you damn right it is. Freaking, that took 3.5 issues, and even then Nathan didn't really do much of anything. And Marshall gets 1 issue with the powers, and he's already doing a hell of a lot of crazy things, which I'll get into for a while in a moment. But yeah, so basically there's this thing. It has a name. We don't really hear what the name is. It's coming, and it wants to wipe you out, and it wants to wipe out the aliens, and it wants to wipe out all of mankind. And we gotta power up. We gotta level up. We gotta get stronger. We gotta sync our connection faster. We gotta really do what we can to beat this guy. And Marshall's kind of like, you know what? Like, cool, whatever. Like, I don't care about any of this cosmic stuff. I just got this piece of crap that I got to deal with first. And we cut to Radiant Red punching and taking their anger out on this rock or whatever when Marshall shows up and basically calls him out. I was like, hey, like, what you did to to my buddy, like you put him in a coma. Like he was like the best thing in my life. He was good. He was nice. He was pure. He was better than I was. And you try to kill him, and he might die because of you. So I'm gonna effing kill you. And then we get a battle between the two, and it's an awesome battle. Like it's cool. Like we get to see them using their powers. We get to see comic book action. We get to see two superhero beings beating the ever living crap out of each other. And God, how much do I want to spoil? Well, I'm not gonna give the end. I will just say that turns out Radiant Red is more than. There's a twist to Radiant Red's identity. I'll just do a little bit of that, and let's just say that Radiant Red and Radiant Black are not the only Radiants that are on this Earth, and we get to see what the alien being was talking about, like what's after these Radiant Blacks, Radiant Reds, Radiant others. What's the creature that the alien keeps telling, like warning the Radiants about? We get to actually see that being, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I'm not gonna spoil it though, because I do recommend this now. Like I would check out this issue. I will just say this: if you're thinking about like jumping into the series, ignore the other issues. they don't matter. You can just watch my reviews to get like caught up on it. Basically, a character gets powers, doesn't do anything with those powers for 3.5 issues mostly. I mean, he stops a bank robbery, and he saves a building full of people, and it takes him like 4 issues to do that. There's just a lot of filler, a lot of nothing. This is where the issue actually picks up and becomes something. We get a character who I absolutely didn't really give a crap for Marshall, but now I do. Now it's like, okay, I completely understand you, dude. Like, I am with you. I'm one of those people, like, when I play video games, if a character, like, does something to me or whatever, it's like, I remember that, and I'm going to get payback. Like, I always hate it when, like, video games, like, a character does something evil, like, it kills, like, your loved one or whatever, and then you don't get to get revenge. Like, Left 4 Dead 2 was absolute garbage. How the character, is it Abigail? I can't even remember what the hell her stupid name is. Kills Joel in a brutal fashion and spits on his corpse. And then Ellie goes through this whole game trying to get revenge. And then when she finally can get revenge for Joel, she's like, no, like revenge isn't the answer. It's like, you literally spent the entire game killing everybody. Now you just got to kill one more person. You're not going to do it. And it's like the game doesn't give you the option to do it. I'm one of those characters where it's like, you know what? If you F with me in that way, I'm going to kill you. So the fact that Marshall is like, hey, you try to kill my best buddy. You put him in a coma. He could still die. He's in critical condition. We have no idea if he's going to live or not. I'm going to effing kill you. I'm going to use my powers. I'm going to use everything I have, and I'm going to kill you. And I'm going to make sure that you watch me do it. There's like a scene where he knocks the hell out of Radiant Red and tells Radiant Red, like, hey, eyes up. I'm not going to do you like you did Nathan. I'm not going to hit you from behind. I want you to see this coming. I want you to see me kill you. And I'm like, yes, all right, sweet. I love this character now. You made me go from hating Marshall to, all right, now I'm glad he's the main character now. I'm glad he has the powers. I'm glad to see he's not one of those guys where he's like Batman, where the Joker is constantly killing everybody and you don't do anything about it when you can. Oh, well, because I don't want to sink to his level. I don't want to become the monster that he is. Well, you're going to let a lot of people die because you don't want to kill one dude. You guys might have different philosophy than me, but yeah, I'm thinking, hey, this person went out of their way to use their powers for evil and went out of their way to try to kill your best buddy, even though they said, like, I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to scare your friend. You beat the hell out of him, and then you try to bring down a building that almost killed a bunch of people, including my best friend. So I don't care what you were trying to do. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna stop you from doing any more harm. And I'm like, yes. Awesome. We get a character that's awesome. That's using their powers. That's actually not just sitting on their ass, but doing something. We get an awesome fight scene. We get cool twists. We have the whole story about other Radiants and this being that wants to kill them finally making an appearance. Yes, it took 5 issues. Well, it took it took 4.5 because the last half of issue 4 was actually pretty damn good. But finally, we get an issue from start to finish that's good. It took them 5 issues to do it, but hey, we got there, and hopefully this series picks up from there. So, yeah, great. This series, I'll give this issue right now B plus. This 7.5, yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Whereas everything else was like a 4 or a 5. This series finally is getting great. It's finally living up to what I was hoping that it could be. So yeah, hopefully it just goes up from there. But yeah, first time that I get to do a review for Radiant Black where I'm not constantly crapping on it, because hey, they're doing what I wanted them to do. They're giving me a character that's interesting, that's flawed, but that I can relate to or sympathize with in some regard. That's actually using their powers and is not just a superhero that sits on their ass for 4.5 issues. We get cool fight scenes. We get the story actually picking up with the Radiant other characters and the being that wants to kill them. Like, things are finally happening and progressing. It basically feels like the first 3.5 issues. The first 3.5 issues was just this story crawling along the track. And then the final half of issue 4, you know, they kind of got to their feet and they kind of started power walking, jogging a little bit. And now with this issue, they're sprinting towards the finish line. So it's finally things are ramping up and going places. Awesome. So yeah, art's good. Story's finally good. The characterization, I'm actually, you made me go from not hating, but just not giving a crap and not really caring for Marshall to now it's like, yes, I like him. I'm glad he's taking the mantle. I'm glad he's the new focus now, hopefully. I like him a lot better than Nathan now because he's actually doing something. So yeah, great. I wish that the other 4 issues were all like this, but hey, at least better late than never, right? So yeah, definitely check out Radiant Black issue number 5. It's finally picking up. It's finally going places. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you think. If you got any recommendations for comics, manga, whatever, let me know. And I hope to see you next time. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.